Today on CTV, we're thinking about spring sports, examining how seniors can come to school for only part of the day, and talking to students who not only attend school in the ISD but work for the district as well. Plus, we remember Miss Barnes. Many in our school continue to mourn after we lost a member of the Chrisman family last week. Science teacher Miss Leslie Barnes died Friday night from a fast-moving illness. Here at Chrisman, her absence was immediately noticeable. A table set up outside the counseling office gave students a chance to write notes to her family, and extra counselors were on hand to help students and staff through the grieving process. Miss Barnes taught classes like biology and forensic science here for the last 11 years. Before that, she was a special education teacher in North Kansas City. Even though she didn't teach SPED anymore, she was still passionate about helping students with special needs. She regularly participated in the annual Polar Plunge, including the one held last month. Miss Barnes called herself a rat lady, and with good reason. She had more than 20, and when it came time for the staff portrayal of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, she played the part of the mouse. Miss Barnes leaves behind 3 children, including Harrison Barnes, a junior here at Chrisman. She was 47 years old. Winter sports are coming to an end, and spring sports are quickly approaching. CTV's Elsa Mullen talked to coaches and athletes about their impending seasons.
On Monday, all spring sports can officially begin. That includes track, baseball, boys tennis, and girls soccer. Baseball and track hope for strong seasons under new coaching.
Once we start, having practices and get through tryouts, then I'll have a good feel of what our team is about and what we need to accomplish. Other than the basic skills that we need to cover, we'll go in more depth once I figure out what our guys can actually do.
The things we need to work on this season to be successful is just an attitude of competition. And so what I mean by that is that all athletes are driven to compete with both each other and themselves. And what I mean by that is it's important that athletes continue to try to improve on their time or their mark throughout the season, and really just try to continually improve throughout the season. And then we believe that by the time the Big Four meets come along, which is conference, districts, sectionals, and states, we believe that the athletes will be ready.
The student athletes in each sport are looking to build on what they did last year.
I hope it goes pretty good. I hope it goes better than last year, but new coaches, new players, excitement.
No coaching changes for girls soccer or boys tennis, but that doesn't mean the expectations remain the same.
This year we have a great group of girls returning from the previous season, but we also have some younger players who we're hoping are going to make some contributions and trying to be able to put them in a position where we can work together as a really good team. That will be our main goal of the season.
I think a lot of what we've done to prepare for this season is we've worked on conditioning a whole lot more than we've had in the past. I think we've been out to the courts more in the offseason than we have in the past, and I think this season it'll pay dividends for our whole team.
I think it will go very well, very, very well. I'm going to get off.
Each team will get roughly 3 weeks of practice before their first games of the spring starts. For Adrienne Bell, I'm Elsa Mullen reporting for CTV.
A reminder, baseball physicals are due Monday. All boys trying out for the team must have one on file in order to play. You can get one for free tonight. Just come between 5 and 8 to the small gym. Bring a parent or a completed physical form. Newly crowned royalty walks the halls of Chrisman. Ronnie Cravens and Sam Chance won court-wearing king and queen, respectively. Saturday, CTV's Lexi Ingram talked with them before and after their coronation.
Ace, National Honor Society, Spanish.
Ronnie Cravens and Samantha Chance both felt honored to not only be nominated, but to win court-warming king and queen.
It felt really wonderful, and I was just really grateful, and I felt very appreciated, and that was really nice.
They were crowned at halftime of the varsity basketball game on Saturday.
I'm very thankful to everybody that nominated me, and thankful for my friends and family.
The next time a Chrisman King and Queen will be crowned is not going to be at a basketball game or a football game, but will be at Arrowhead Stadium on April 30th for prom. For Kylie Moore, I'm Alexis Ingram reporting for CTV.
Prom might still be 9 weeks away, but that's not that long if your attendance isn't where it needs to be. Remember, you must be here 90% of the time if you want to come to prom. The dance will take place April 30th at Arrowhead Stadium. In light of Miss Barnes' death, the next fundraiser to help pay for prom is being moved to next week. It will be at Sky Zone, March 4th. You can start buying passes on Monday for $15. You can redeem them whenever you want, but next Friday will be Christmas night. As seniors near graduation, we're seeing less of some of them. That's because they're only coming to school now for a couple of classes. As CTV's Brian Tanis tells us there are actually 2 reasons seniors can leave early.
Second semester here at Chrisman, some seniors only come for a few hours of the school day.
I usually leave after third hour.
I leave after fifth block.
Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays, I leave right after third hour. And then Wednesdays, I leave at like 10:43. Yeah, and then on Thursdays I leave right after second hour.
Some students leave early because they have enough credits, while other students leave to go to their job.
I felt like I should leave school early because I need a job and I need to make money because I have to pay for my own gas for my truck.
I go out to work with my mom. She works at a pharmacy, and I kind of help her with all the business side of that. It's kind of like a business internship.
Students interested in partial days must meet certain criteria.
Senior students could get an early release from school if they were, first of all, a senior. Secondly, they had to be in good standing with the school. Their credits had to be on the verge of either at the number of credits to graduate or very close. And then they basically had to meet with administration and the counselors, and we had to approve it.
Not all students can afford partial days, while others just don't like the idea.
I messed up my freshman year, so I can't leave school early.
I don't do half days because I feel like coming to school for a full day should be required, and if you're just going to go half days, then you're just going to slack off anyways, and then you're going to be missing more school, and your attendance is going to drop low. And in college, it's going to be a lot harder for you if you are just doing half days and taking the easy route.
For Nicole Blanchard, I'm Brian Tanis reporting for CTV.
Some students don't just attend school in the independent school district, they work for the district as well. CTV's Emily Bergard tells us about the kinds of jobs available.
$3. Some students here at Chrisman spend a little more time at school than others. That's because they work for the school district in various ways.
I run the lights and sound in the auditorium for dance studios, plays, talent shows, faculty meetings, anything that they would need me for.
The jobs range from running equipment in the auditorium to collecting admission at sporting events.
The reason why we hired students at the games is because we had trouble finding adults to work the games for the amount of pay that we are allowed to pay, so we wanted to get the money back to the students.
Students say working at school is very convenient.
The good thing about this job is that you don't really have to travel much in order to work. Well, I work at Chrisman, but I can also work at like other middle schools or any place that they would want me to work at in the independent school district.
Plus, the jobs can provide the students with hands-on practical skills.
This job just helps me get to know theater a little bit better than I already know it. It also pays better minimum wage than a normal job outside of school.
This job pays more than like any average job that a teenager will have, like at a fast food restaurant or any place else. So that's also a plus.
As you might expect, these types of jobs are in high demand.
We really don't have a lot of open spots because there's not a lot of games that we need workers for, so right now we don't have any other spots available for students.
But some students won't have to compete for those few openings.
Well, my older brother, he's one of my coworkers. He chose me as someone that he could trust so that when he leaves that I could take over his position and help him run lights and sound. And already because I run lights and sound in theater in my theater class.
For Allison Reagan, I'm Emily Bergard reporting for CTV.
The countdown to graduation is on for seniors. Some are clueless as to what the future holds. Others are more confident. But as CTV's Janelle Acevedo tells us what this particular senior has in mind.
Earlier this month, some of our student athletes pledged to continue their education and play their respected sport at college. Among these students, senior Maggie Beam signed with Truman State University to play soccer.
I want to go to Truman because they have my major, which is exercise science, which I plan to use later in grad school to become a physical therapist.
Maggie plays other sports here at Chrisman, but chose soccer for a reason.
I signed for soccer because I could play soccer at the highest level. I feel like soccer is what I'm best at. Basketball is something I like to do, and I like to watch it, and it's fun to play, but soccer is what I'm better at, and it's where I felt like I was most successful.
Maggie also has plans beyond Truman State.
After 4 years, I want to go to Creighton and continue my schooling because there's a partnership between Truman and Creighton, and I would get, if I get a certain GPA at Truman, I get automatic acceptance into their physical therapy program at Creighton.
I'm Janelle Acevedo reporting for CTV.
A big congratulations to the girls basketball coach, Scott Schaefer. Last week, the school honored him for eclipsing 500 wins in his coaching career. Right now, he stands at 518 wins overall. He'll be able to add to that when the girls play in the districts next week. I'm Allison Reagan. That's it for this week's episode of CTV. Have a good day, Bears.